Hello and welcome. We are diving deep into mobile Switch emulation today, specifically testing the Eden Emulator on a popular budget processor, the MediaTek Helio G99 chipset. Can this combination unlock true console gaming on Android? We have 25 compiled clips of varied gameplay to rigorously test performance. Which games will run smoothly and which will crash and burn? Let's jump into the performance data now. Akiba's Trip, Hellbound, and Debriefed, a unique action RPG centered around stripping vampires, struggles heavily on the Eden Emulator. Running on the Helio G99 chipset, the game unfortunately chugs along at a very choppy rate, averaging only around 15 FPS. This performance is too inconsistent for smooth action gameplay and currently makes the title mostly unplayable. We now transition to the highly anticipated Hollow Knight, Silksong. This indie sequel performs remarkably well on the Eden Emulator. Despite the demanding nature of its fluid 2D action, the Helio G99 manages to maintain a smooth 40 FPS average. This demonstrates that certain engine types are highly optimized for this specific emulator and chipset configuration. Story of Seasons, Bazaar, a charming farming and life simulation game, surprisingly faces significant emulation challenges. We observed frustratingly low frame rates, frequently dipping to about 15 FPS on the Helio G99. For a game that relies on smooth navigation and daily routines, this performance deficit severely hampers the overall enjoyment and playability. Moving into the realm of fast-paced fighting games, Naruto x Boruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections holds up decently. The Eden Emulator delivers a playable experience, achieving a respectable 30 FPS average on the Helio G99. While not perfect 60 FPS, the action remains largely manageable, making it acceptable for casual matches. Hunter x Hunter Nun Impact shows great promise for a fighting game on this setup. The Helio G99 pushes the frame rate up to a comfortable 45 FPS using the Eden Emulator. This higher frame rate is crucial for responsiveness in a competitive fighter and indicates solid optimization for this game's visual style. Here is another test on the popular title Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. Performance is quite acceptable, hovering around the 30 FPS mark on the Helio G99. It's certainly playable, but users should manage their expectations for consistent, high-speed action in the more intensive battle sequences. Unfortunately, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle, runs into major hurdles. Even with simplified graphics, the game averages a very poor 10 FPS on the Helio G99. The low frame rate makes combat unresponsive and essentially unplayable, indicating severe emulation issues or a demanding rendering pipeline. Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac, a fun 3D platformer, also performs poorly. We are looking at frames consistently around 10 FPS, even in less demanding environments on the Helio G99. Platforming requires precision, and this level of performance makes the game frustratingly sluggish and essentially non-functional. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, a beautiful turn-based RPG, is too taxing for this setup. The game struggles significantly, locked around 10 FPS on the Helio G99. While turn-based, the heavy graphical loading makes menu navigation and overworld exploration a painfully slow process, making it currently not recommended. The classic action title, BloodRayne, performs surprisingly well. We are consistently hitting a playable 30 FPS on the Eden Emulator with the Helio G99. This stability allows the fast-paced, third-person action to shine, confirming its compatibility for gamers seeking an older title on modern emulation. Next up is Apex Heroines, an intense hack-and-slash game. The performance is quite good, sustaining 30 FPS on the Helio G99. The combat feels responsive enough to enjoy the action, showcasing the emulator's capability with certain character action titles despite the chipset limitations. Coda Princess EX is one of the emulator's great successes. This side-scrolling action beat 'em up runs flawlessly at a near-perfect 60 FPS on the Helio G99. This demonstrates that the Eden emulator can achieve smooth, maximum frame rate performance with less graphically demanding 2D or stylized 2.5D games. Testing the iconic Batman Arkham, Asylum reveals a major struggle. The demanding 3D environment and detail push the frame rate down to a mere 10 FPS on the Helio G99. This is completely unplayable for a stealth action title where fluid movement is essential for accurate combat and navigation. Samurai Maiden, a hack-and-slash action game, offers borderline performance. With frame rates averaging 20 FPS, the action is noticeably sluggish but occasionally dips higher. For a game centered on fast combat, this performance on the Helio G99 is functional but definitely not ideal for a truly engaging experience. Neptunia X Senran Kagura Ninja Wars, another action RPG, unfortunately falls into the lower performance bracket. The gameplay manages only about 15 FPS on the Helio G99. This consistent low frame rate makes the ninja action feel heavy and unresponsive, hurting the core loop of the game. Star Ocean, the second story are a beautiful HD 2D RPG, shows promising but inconsistent results. We're looking at a playable but low 20 FPS average on the Helio G99. While turn-based combat is fine, traversing the vibrant world feels noticeably slow, indicating a need for further optimization. Blasphemous 2, the popular Metroidvania title, performs adequately. The game maintains a solid 30 FPS on the Helio G99. For a 2D platformer that demands precision, 30 FPS is functional, but many players will desire a smoother experience for the intense boss battles. YS9, Monstrum Nox, a fast-paced action RPG, manages a respectable 30 FPS average on the Helio G99. The gameplay feels reasonably smooth during exploration and standard combat, marking it as a solid mid-tier performer on the Eden emulator, acceptable for fans of the series. A Space for the Unbound, a stunning pixel art adventure, delivers perfect performance. The game runs flawlessly at a locked 60 FPS on the Helio G99. This confirms that visually rich but mechanically simple 2D titles are perfectly optimized for this emulator/chipset combination. Horizon Chase 2, an arcade racer, achieves a good 40 FPS average. For a racing game, 40 FPS provides a sufficiently fluid sense of speed without major stuttering on the Helio G99. This makes it a great option for users looking for a fun, playable arcade racing experience on the go. The classic action-adventure Bayonetta is surprisingly stable, running at about 30 FPS. This performance on the Helio G99 is just enough to enjoy the iconic combo-driven combat, though faster sequences might feel slightly less responsive than the intended console experience. Persona 5, Phantom X, an RPG spin-off, performs well in its environment, hitting a steady 30 FPS on the Helio G99. This frame rate is perfectly suitable for its turn-based combat and social simulation aspects, ensuring a smooth and enjoyable narrative experience. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, a puzzle platformer, holds a very respectable 35 FPS average. This performance is sufficient for the precise movements required in the puzzle stages on the Helio G99. The slight boost over 30 FPS adds a noticeable layer of polish to the gameplay. Returning to the original Metroidvania masterpiece, Hollow Knight runs smoothly at a solid 40 FPS on the Helio G99. This slightly lower but consistent frame rate is highly playable for its demanding combat, solidifying it as one of the better performing action games on the emulator. Finally, I Am Setsuna, a beautiful throwback JRPG, concludes our test with a stable 30 FPS on the Helio G99. This frame rate is more than enough for its cinematic style and tactical combat, offering a perfectly emulated experience for fans of traditional Japanese role-playing games. And that's the end of our 25 game test on the Eden Emulator using the Helio G99. We saw huge performance swings, from flawless emulation to completely unplayable frame rates. Which result surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Van Z Gaming for more tests. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.